to be the JMJ Racing Nobody Installed Outlaw Fabrication number 21J of Wally Beatty. To his outside, the 21D out of Rodessa, that's Toby Davis. Starting third on the grid from Winona, Texas, the 1T is Jason Tyner. And to the outside from Kaufman, Texas, in the Fox Drywall Undercover Shocks JMP Services number 5X, that's Michael Dabney Jr. Jamie Shirley in the 1S from Columbia, Louisiana. And to the outside from Palestine, Texas, the Wolverton Consulting, Aussie Auto Supply, Acme Motorsports Fabrication, Busted Piston Racing Engines, Ridge Buildings, number 3 for Colton Frazier. Starting 7th is going to be the H266. That's Terry Pritchett out of Palmer, Texas, the NTX Towing, J.M. Martin Contracting, Insulin Chassis. And to the outside, out of Barling, Arkansas, the KL Dumpsters, Dirt Tire Warehouse, Rhinomite Transmission number 2R is going to be Dylan Reynolds. The 63 is Justin Ingalls out of Longview, Texas. He drives the Smelly Welding and Fabrication, Smelly Motorsports, PTS Racing Engines, JCT Auto Sales race car. And to the outside from Van Buren, Arkansas, the Smiley's Racing Products, Club 20 Suspension, Dirt Tire Warehouse, Steve's Machine Shop, Rhinomite Transmission, number 55J of Justin Johnson. We move to the inside of row number 6, and we find another Justin Johnson. This one is the 343, so this one's going to get quite confusing. But Justin Johnson in the 343 comes from Crosby, Texas. To his outside, going 12th out of Pecola, Oklahoma, the 79 of Alan Owen Jr. Michael Harlow is in the 13 car. He's from Moss Bluff, Louisiana, in the Club 20 Suspension, Scotty Shade Tree Performance, Team 5 Enterprise, Sideline Sports and Screening, Team 2 Designs race car. Joe Butler Sr. out of Cleveland, Texas, behind the wheel of the 45R, sponsored by Marty Lyra Racing, Smith Boat Lift Repair, and ID Fab. Going 15th is car number 15 for Mark Fox out of Joshua, Texas. To the outside from Kemp, Texas, the Synergy American Best Garage and Door, Lone Star Tire and Wheel, Cat Contractors, big thanks to PA number 11 of Jet Hefty. Shreveport Zone, number 161 of BJ Cook, will line up in the 17th starting spot in the Butts Construction, Extreme Glassworks, Nemeth and Cook Real Estate Investments entry. To the outside from Little Rock, Arkansas, that's going to be the Sweet 16 of Hubert Cash, the Riverside Performance Engines, Central Arkansas Fireplaces 365 Towing Race Car. James Bryant in the 16B out of Shepherd, Texas. And finally, the 3L of Levi Wilkerson from Rusk, Texas. 20 cars going 15 laps. The top 10 drivers will lock in to the D feature number 1.
Hey, cowboy. See my buddy Drake Whitehead down there walking in front of the crowd. Good to see him here at Boot Hill. As we get ready to go here, folks, for D feature action here at the Hill. Like I told you, you don't yell at me, Josh. I don't know my ABCs. I've done told you.
We'll try to keep you in line, Zach.
Thank you, sir. I really do appreciate it. Things are about to get crazy here at Boothill Speedway, ladies and gentlemen, and in a good way, I do expect. Hey, the quest for 30 large is still at stake here tonight at Boot Hill. Wally Beatty going to lead us to the green flag with Rodessa, Louisiana. 16-year-old Toby Davis to his outside. We're underway into 1. Working off of turn number 2, headed down the back straightaway. Beatty's going to be your race leader. Here comes Michael Dabney Jr. in the number 5X car. in an E feature here tonight at Boot Hill. Dabney looking to work his way out of the soup into the main event tonight. Finished third here in the main event at Boot Hill 3 weekends ago. Davis going to work his round on the outside. The racetrack looks like it's really shaping up right now nicely, Josh, as they roll into turn number 3.
You could make the argument that this would be the toughest set of features to make your way through, the E and the D, because we're only going 15 laps and we're taking, it's a full 20 car field. So if you start deep, you've got 20 laps to get into the top 10. You got 15. Later on in the C mains, you get 20. So those are more like a regular Saturday night feature. But 15 laps, the way the track is, it's widening out for sure, but it's not going to be too easy as we see the RKT Designs caution flag for the first time in E feature competition.
Yeah, the caution flag comes out for debris sitting at the top of turn number 3. So that will halt the progress here momentarily. So right now, holding on to the 10th and final transfer spot, according to the My Race Pass live timing and scoring the 5M. Of course, all these results are unofficial at the conclusion when the drop of the checkered flag. But right now, Michael Harlow owns that 10th and final transfer spot, the Lake Charles, Louisiana racer, as the Little Rock, Arkansas driver Hubert Cash, car number 16, who made his Boothill Speedway, Sabine, and Arklatex debut at the RaceON.com Triple Crown Throwdown last weekend, has got the door hanging off the number 16 car, so he may need to get that assisted off of that machine before we go back to the green. Interesting. My buddy Jason Cook just told me the 5X of Michael Dabney's car. That's Walter Hamilton's old car. A lot of people remember me calling Walter Hamilton over the years, the big races. I called him Heisenberg. He drove the number 1W car, and he was always bad fast. We miss seeing Walter, and understand Walter's been through some trials and tribulations the last few years, but guess what? So have I, folks, and I'm not going to go through all that, but anybody who has any or keeps in touch with Walter, would y'all send him our love, and just send him our love. That's all. So Wally Beatty's going to be your race leader. So Wally Beatty and car number 21J going to lead us back to the green flag with youngster Toby Davis on his back bumper, the 5X of Michael Dabney. They hustle it off a 4 and a 1. Michael Dabney Jr., that Fox Drywall Fox Racing number 5X. As they'll execute off a turn number 3, the 3 wide for third as they work off a 2 and down the back straightaway. Jamie Shirley's fast tonight, Josh. How about that? And Terry Pritchett's been really fast in that Hardman Motorsports car his last several starts. Right now, he's going to roll up to 4th, and Toby Davis has slid backwards on the restart. Something doesn't look right for the 21D. He doesn't look like he's under full power now. He had distributor problems over the weekend.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looked like Davis was at least not quite to the full pace he wanted to be, and we got Carnage at turn number 2. That's going to have to bring out an RKT Designs caution flag. BJ Cook now with heavy smoke behind the 161 car. We've also got Alan Owen Jr. in turn 4 spun around.
BJ Cook is also in smoke. Cortland Smith is down to the infield now. Cortland, what's going on down there in the infield, man? It looks like business has picked up.
Yeah, we got a lot of smoke out of the 161 of BJ Cook here. Looks like they possibly called it a night. Smells like gear oil, something in the rear end. Definitely is a rye. 55 car spun around. I don't think he has any flat tires. May not be any more action other than that right now. Guys, I would like to mention, I believe this is where a lot of the soup runs are going to get started. I got to talk to a lot of the DFW invaders, Michael Dabney, Nate Dixon, and Tommy Williams Jr. last night, and they said they didn't eat lunch, boys. We're souping today.
Thanks a lot, Cortland, as the 161 of BJ Cook has exited the speedway and has made his way back towards the pit area, as the 55 car of Johnson right here is going to tack onto the tail of the field as well. So right now, currently, your top 10 continues to be the car number 5M. That red, white, black lettered 5M. He's behind the 2 of Reynolds. He currently occupies the 10th and final transfer spot. So the action's going to be happening around that spot. You have to get inside of the top 10 to transfer on to D feature number 1 here in just a little bit. Wally Beatty going to lead us back to the green flag in car number 21J as they execute right down the front boulevard into one. So here we go, folks. We're backing away, looking to go 3 wide back here for transfer. It's hitting up off of turn number 4 as Toby Davis continues to slide from his original front row starting spot near the tail, and folks, business is picking up and the racing's getting good. Contact back here around the transfer. Michael Harlow just went from the in-house to the outhouse, and the top 10 is just shaking up. Mark Fox now moves his way inside of the top 10. Davis up on the cush, just had a slip of the grip, and here comes Reynolds, going to make him pay for it. So Toby Davis started this race on the front row, and like I said, he has had not distributor problems, he's had carburetor issues all weekend long, and it continues to be a problem for him right now as that number 21D car is not rolling to expectation. So the 21J of Beatty right now, your race leader, rolling his way down the back straightaway. A tight string battle, tighter than the top string on the Texas Fiddle. 1, 2, 3 for the race lead. And here comes Terry Pritchett. He's going to take a stab for it. Again, these guys don't want to get the racing too hard and take themselves out of contention. If you're in the top 10, good. But again, every position is valuable, so you would understand why guys are going to start forcing the issue. And Terry Pritchett, he's going to roll down to the inside for second once again. Hello, Michael Dabney. How you doing? We got a car around on the bottom of turn number 2. It's car number 79 of J.R. Owen. They're side by side of a 4, and the RKT Signs Designs caution flag will come out. As also the 16 of Hubert Cash got looped around over there in 3 and 4. The 21D of Toby Davis gave him a little slightest shot in the shorts, and he was not involved in the caution. The caution had already been displayed for the number 79 of Owen down there at the bottom of turn number 2. So again, this is E-feature number 1. We're 7 laps scored to the good here. This 15-lap affair, 8 laps to go. Wally Beatty's your current race leader. He's led all of them so far. The 5X of Michael Dabney runs second. He is being pressured hard right now by the Palmer, Texas racer, Terry Pritchett. Terry Pritchett has a good race car again here tonight. That Hardman Motorsports NTX Coing Insulin chassis with the CRS suspension supplying the dig for the H266. Jamie Shirley's having a good run tonight. Josh, how about the run he's having here to the E-Main?
Yeah, Shirley didn't have a bad night last night either. I'm a little bit surprised that he's this far back in the order. But, hey, I mean, the E-feature, you're still locked in about, I don't know, what would that be, 70th, something about that. But, yeah, I mean, Jamie Shirley having a really good run in the 1S car. Need to mention, folks, the 50-50 pot is up to about $1,250. Of course, that is the full pot. So you would take home half if your 50-50 ticket wins it, but hey, we're still pretty early on in the night. We'll be selling those 50-50 tickets for quite a bit longer. Last night it was $500 to the winner, and so far we're already past that point. So make sure to grab your 50-50 tickets. The young ladies are making their way through the crowd and selling those to you great race fans.
So again, folks, that 26th and final spot is going to be raffled off tonight here for the 30,000 50-lap main event. So in the pitch, I'll be paying attention to Brooklyn Hennigan making her way around, selling those raffle tickets. They're 3 wide for the race lead on the restart. Josh, here we go.
It's heating up as the RKT Designs caution is going to extinguish the heat.
I believe that's Levi Wilkerson and Toby Davis tied up at the bottom of turn 2, Zach. They just kind of got bottled up there on the restart. And, nothing too intentional. Just got hooked with the front bumper in the left rear there.
Well, that's unfortunate. Toby Davis started this E-Main from the front row, and you could tell the car is just not rolling to expectation for him. He finally had the car rolling back at full strength last night, had a couple of good runs, but you can tell the car is not 100%. He's had carburetor issues all weekend. He's been swapping carburetors and putting different ones on, and ended up having a good run there in his second round of heats last night after borrowing a carburetor. But unfortunately for him, they're going to have to be disconnected down here by the tow hook, and they look like they'll be headed to the wayside for the rest of the weekend. All righty. I'll tell you what, folks, Hubert Cash is just about naked. That man ain't got no clothes on the right side. He ripped his skirt off. Maybe we can rip the left side of it off here in a minute. We'll see what happens. They still got plenty of laps left to get that done.
Guys, I will say, standing in the infield here as they try to get these cars untangled at the bottom of turn 2, my, oh my, how this racetrack has worn in and shaped up tonight. Early in the night, we all knew, we could visibly see it was very, very wet. That's the wettest it's been all week. But man, does Bubba Jones and Rollo Pilkington know what they're doing, because I really think we're shaping up to some really good races here. That bottom's going to get worked in, that top's going to get pushed out, and they're going to be all over the place. I really think we got a good chance of seeing some mighty great soup runs tonight.
I'll tell you what, our tow vehicle over there, he is having he's having his work cut out for him trying to get these two cars disconnected down there, Cortland. What do you see from down there? It looks like they're going to have to pick the 3L car up maybe, or I don't know.
I'll make my way over here and see what it looks like. But I do know the tow trucks got a lot of work last night. I know one tow truck by itself. Talked to my boy Trey Jones, operator of one of the tow trucks. He said he towed 26 cars off the track by himself. So they had a busy couple days here.
The fact that he knew the number is impressive to me. Like he told you 26, huh?
Oh yeah, well, I guess once you got past 10, you might as well keep on counting. The front bumper is hooked on the left rear tire. They're trying to pick the front end of the car up to get it out from underneath the left rear tire here. Let me get out the way before I end up injured. How about that? Let me back up some.
Oh boy, Cortland, you look good down there, man. You look like you're having fun down there. You're off in the mix. Oh man, they are hooked together. Good shot there from Xander, man. That is yeah, that's the problem right now. They're doing a little cell phone racing. We're still kind of getting them disconnected.
Yeah, so these factory stock cars, there's no doubt that they like to use the front bumper, so they build them really stout. And those front bumpers actually come around and wrap around to the right front tire. So it's very, very, very easy if you get caught in a bad spot like we are right now. That front bumper can easily hook around this left rear tire, and they're having mighty fine trouble trying to get this thing unhooked. Zach, you got a copy?
Copy.
I think this is a perfect description of they're hung up like two dogs on a cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would. You know what? There's a few things that came to mind about that, and that ain't one of them. But that's a pretty good description. I will tell you now.
I'm back here walking down the backstretch, and man, this thing, my shoes are sticking to it, man. It's got a lot of grip down here. Once they work it in to be able to leave down here on the bottom, it's going to transition, man. We saw it all night last night, how the track really worked its way around, and no line was ever too dominant too long in the night. As long as this keeps on wearing in evenly on the bottom and the top, man, I've said it I feel like 1,000 times the past few weeks when we talk about Boothill Speedway on the podcast and last night, but man, is this place on point for $30,000 tonight.
Man, you're doing a great job down there, Cortland. Man, I have to give a big shout out, a big special shout out To all my good friends over at the Red Lick Crawfish Bowl tonight over in Red Lick, Texas. They got RaceON on the projector screen. They're having a huge party. I'm sure there's 60 or so people there. And, man, that's awesome. You've got RaceON. I got the 30,000 win Spring Nationals up, and y'all are having a big party, eating some crawfish tonight. And, man, look, big shout-out to Papa Nub Clements. This one's for him tonight here at Boothill. And, man, we thank everybody for hanging out over at the Clements family's house and celebrating the life of Nub tonight and just having the yearly annual crawfish boil. Wish you guys could be here at Boothill, but glad you guys are tuned in and watching us live tonight here on RaceON.com. Y'all have some fun, and good luck throwing bags tonight.
I'm kind of mad we didn't get invited to the crawfish party.
Hey, Cortland, you know, when I was Jason Cook messaged me, he made a good point earlier. He said, earlier when I asked you to do the gritty, he said, but we all remember that time when you did the Kia Kia Do You Love Me dance. I don't know if you recall that. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that wasn't my greatest days. I may have went Facebook viral for a day and a half, but good times, man, good times. We're always good vibes down here in the Cortland Smith camp.
That's indeed the case. Hey, I don't know who's going to win this 30,000 to win race tonight, but they're going to join us on the podcast Tuesday, and man, I'm excited about that. It could be anybody, you know, it could be anybody.
How about Bubba Jones in there getting to work? He doesn't just ride around on a tractor all day, ladies and gentlemen.
Cortland, do you have any hot water on you?
Hot water?
Yeah, if you have any hot water, could you go pour it on those two cars for us, please?
No, I don't have any hot water. I got cold water. I got to stay hydrated, man. Y'all had me running all over the place earlier with that pre-race deal. Like I said, we was sweating big time. No hot water down here.
Well, sour cream would work too. It doesn't matter. I mean, just something with a little bit of, you know. Anyway, this could go a lot of different ways right now, and I'm just going to steer it to the left, and we're going to get out of this. Hey, how about a big round of applause, folks? They've got them disconnected. They are disconnected, and we are ready to get back re-racked and restacked to go back to the green flag. Appreciate you race fans' patience. Sometimes it bees like that.
Bubba Jones rolled up to me and said they just needed a professional to come over there to get him unhooked. That's why it took so long.
Yeah, I did see that. Bubba Jones, track owner, was down there, and boy, right when he walked up on the scene, boy, they got the cars disconnected pretty quickly. Huh? It's funny when the boss is around, boy, you get things done.
I think everybody just related to that statement.
Yeah, after Bubba showed up, that looked like a Louisiana roadwork crew. Just one person working and a lot of people standing around watching.
I got a gray Ford F-150 Arkansas plates AJM28Y. Somebody, or you have somebody blocked in spectator parking again. I've got a gray Ford F-150 Arkansas plates AJM28Y. We need you to move your vehicle, please. We appreciate your cooperation in that regard in advance. Thank you. Lights are out. The guns come back out. We're ready to fire. We're ready to play here at the Boothill Speedway and E feature number 1 of the night. Here comes Terry Pritchett, the Palmer, Texas racer. Did not come here to Boothill to come home the bridesmaid tonight. He's going to have to work the wheel and work her wheel from out of the E main to the D to the C to the B to the A. And he has a rocket ship. He had a good car here the last several starts. Reynolds just drove it in really deep at the bottom of 3. And, man, he gave the 343 of Johnson the old right there, Fred. They gave him the business, in other words. And in the 1, the racetrack's getting good, and around goes Frazier in front of the field, and the whole field just, I don't know what's going on, but the entire field just spun out in turn number 1. Oh, Hubert Cash has now lost his, ladies and gentlemen, the roof is on fire. Not literally, but the 16 car Hubert Cash has now lost the top of the roof there, ladies and gentlemen. I told you, it ain't over. He might successfully lose all 4 corners of that race car.
Well, what's crazy about everything that just transpired was that the caution was actually for the debris on the front stretch before the flag stand. And then we had 3 or 4 different things going on in turns 1 and 2 as well. A little bit of debris laid down there also. But yeah, the caution was already out at this point as you're watching the replay. And the 3 car of Frazier just loops it around, and then Cash loops it around behind him, way behind him. And it's just a pileup right there in the middle. It's almost like 3 separate.
Watch the white 15 car. Watch him up here at the top of one. Watch him enter and watch him make his car really skinny just to evade all of this. Watch him coming through right here. He's the top car. Oh, I don't have my telestrator tonight. I'm doing a perfect time to write on the screen right now. So you see the 16. Watch the 15 right here, top right of your screen. Make his car skinny to fit through the 16.
Yeah, he's sucking it in there for sure.
Well, he's got the 55 right there to his inside too. Watch this. Oh, baby.
I don't know if he ever touched anyone.
That was pretty impressive, dude. I mean, what?
Wow, and he had to move to the right to avoid the 3 car as well. My goodness.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
You to know my boy Hubert Cash, he may be losing body panels, but he's gaining fans by the minute. The backstretch, we got top row rowdies on the backstretch that are pumping him up. Every time he comes by, they are losing their mind right now for Hubert Cash.
You remember that time that Black Cat Chris Franks lost the entire body on his car at Arklatex?
Yes, 100%. I was racing that night. I think I was in that exact race with him, and I was behind him, and it all flew. It was quite a scary moment.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Dustin Yount, too, the 007 car, he lost his whole body at the Longhorn Classic at Timberline Speedway one year, too. Pretty crazy.
It's wild, man. That's what you got to love about this stuff. You ain't got enough time to really repair stuff, and my boy Hubert Cash is sending it.
So, hey, topless Hubert Cash is somehow, some way in the 10th and final transfer spot right now. Corlin, don't ask me how, but that's where he's at. He owns the 10th and final transfer spot right now. He's going to try to put that baby into the D main.
He's in that spot off of pure will and determination. Never back down, never give up. That's what the camp is quoting right now.
I know that's true. Ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lies.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, of the Palmer, Texas driver Terry Pritchett is taking over the race lead from Wally Beatty. Michael Dabney, you got a lot of the Dallas-Fort Worth area drivers right now running 1, 2, and 3 as Colton Frazier rides 4th. 5th is Shirley, the West Monroe, Louisiana driver. If these guys will get to settling down just a little bit, we can get some green flag laps logged into the books here. They're 3 wide, 4 wide off of turn number 2. And Reynolds has just fit the gap and rolled his way up to 5th in the black and orange number 2 car by any means necessary. Josh, I haven't called too many E-mains, but this might be the longest one I've ever called in my career. I will tell you now. As they roll off of turn number 2, the top 3 cars kind of separating from the rest of the field right now. Look out, Johnson and Mark Fox just made a little bit of slight kiss of contact. They're going to race side by side back here in the turn number 3. You see them right now on your screen on RaceON. They're 3 wide. The 16 of Hubert Cash right there going to fit the gap as they exit 4 down the front boulevard as he works his way to the outside of the number 11 of Jet Hefty. All right, now. We are 12 laps into the books this time by. It'll be 3 laps remaining here as the 1S of Jamie Shirley just
full
went
360.
He did a full 360, kept it rolling, and he kept her strolling. And if this man still holds on to a 10th and final transfer spot, how did he do it?
Wow.
He is actually in 9th right now. The last time he crossed underneath the ABC Auto Parts flag stand. 2 to go as they cross in back into turn number 1.
You can see the tire tracks there in turn number 4 where he pulled the whole loop. And the 1S of Jamie Shirley hanging on to a transfer spot here. And it's heating up behind him as they spin around in 1 and 2. And Wilkerson is going to bring out the RKT Designs caution.
Reynolds in the hot pit, guys. Got a right rear flat. The crew's steadily working on it, trying to get the flat tire off. Jack is up underneath there, trying to get it up on the ground. up off the ground.
Yeah, hey, that's unfortunate for him too, Cortland, because he had just rolled his way up into the 5th position of the Dirt Tire Warehouse number 2 car for Reynolds. Man, he's had a fast race car here this weekend.
Guys, something worth mentioning here, the right rear wheel is slap full of mud, and this happens because, of course, as we see, the wetter track conditions, we're able to build up a cushion, and he might have just rolled that tire smooth off. As this cushion builds up, they started letting the factory stocks run bead locks, but a lot of guys don't run them, and that's part of the reason why they started letting them run bead locks, is so the tires wouldn't roll off, and might have been a costly mistake of not having a bead lock tire on the right rear.
Good stuff down there, Cortland. Again, I want to give a quick shout out to all my good friends over there in Red Lick, Texas tonight at the Red Lick Crawfish Boil. There's a lot of racers and a lot of people over there. I gave them a shout out a little bit earlier, and unfortunately they weren't listening. And he asked me to specifically give him another one. So I love you that much that I'll do it 2 times, only for you, Corey Clements, and for the whole Clements family, and for everybody over there celebrating the life of Nub Clements tonight, throwing some bags and having a lot of fun over there in Red Lick, Texas. Shout out to you guys. Got RaceOn.com on the big projector screen, having a good time tonight. So shout out to all the folks over there at the Red Lick Crawfish Bowl tonight over at Papa Nub's house, man. Hope y'all have a blast tonight. As the 266 out of Palmer, Texas of Terry Pritchett, he's your race leader, took over the lead. A couple of restarts to go. The 5X of Michael Dabney Jr. will be second when we go back to the green flag. Again, we'd love to see this one get to the green. This has been a 27-minute E-main, and that is obviously not what we're looking for. But we're going to call it like we see it every single time, and this one has just went a little bit longer than we would have bargained for, as Beatty will be third on the restart. Again, Reynolds was in 4th, had to go to the hot pit area and get him a new shoe on that right rear for the number 2 car, so he fades. That'll put Justin Ingalls up inside of the top 5 now, along with Mark Fox, Jet Hefty, Colton Frazier, Jamie Shirley, Hubert Cash, and I believe it's Justin Johnson and James Bryant right there on the bubble. And that's not going to work, 55. What are we doing? He's going to force them, and he's going to wreck a couple of cars, and the 55 started that whole thing by trying to jump a row and wreck the 1S and 4 other good race cars. And as I always tell you guys, I'm always going to call it like I see it, and that's exactly what just happened.
Guys, the hot pit down here just got real busy. A lot of the cars, as you can see, a lot of carnage happened on the front straightaway. I didn't really catch it. I was trying to make my way back around. The 3-car Frazier's in here. He's got a lot of body damage and I believe a flat left front tire. Jack's being brought around for the 45T. Major right front damage. There's possibly suspension damage. The wheel is completely caved in on the right front of the 45T. Hard hits. 45T also has some left front damage. Frazier, major body damage on the 3, getting the left front tire change right now. They about got it off. They got him clear. They're having trouble with the 45T down here trying to get it up. He has a lot of front end suspension damage, guys. It was hard to get the jack up underneath there. I missed it. I didn't get to see it, but man, a lot of hard contact on the front straightaway.
Yeah, you also missed Jamie Shirley hopping out of the cockpit of his 1S car and running down the front boulevard to let the number 55 of Johnson know that he was number 1 in his heart and on his mind. It ain't done yet, maybe either, as Jamie Shirley. Race fans, let's give a big round of applause to Jamie Shirley tonight. He's hot underneath the proverbial collar, and you could certainly understand it. He's going to let the number 55 know one more time, you are number 1 in my book, buddy.
I didn't keep very good count last night because I lost count very quickly during those heat races, but I would believe we're easily over my 50 number I called earlier this week. 343 car's also in here, flat right front tire, trying to get it jacked up.
Somebody needs to let Hubert Cash know the topless 100 is at Batesville in August.
Who cares about the topless 100, Jack? It's the Spring Nationals at Boothill Speedway.
I know, but he's from Little Rock. You know, I figured that's pretty close. That's home track shooting for him. You know, he's prepared. Oh well, he just the 55 has been dismissed. And well, like we said, folks, that was coming, and if he and if he sees the black flag and he still doesn't want to leave, then that just tells you that he thinks he didn't do anything wrong. And well, we saw it live and direct on the Day Motorsports Instant Replay. And look, I'll be honest, folks, I'm very happy Justin Johnson came to race with us this weekend. This guy is really good. Wins races at Tri-State at Pecola, Oklahoma. He's a good racer, and we're happy to have him here. I actually think he's one of the three Justin Johnsons that's racing in the fact, or one of two, sorry, Justin Johnsons racing, and they're both in this same race. So we got a pair of Johnsons in this race.
Guys, the 343 team hard at work over here. The entire front bumper was up underneath the main frame rail of the car. They had to get that out of the way before they could start changing the right front tire. They're getting after it right now, getting the lug nuts back on. It looks like he'll be able to return. He'll just be missing the front bumper.
So here we go, getting the field re-racked and restacked, folks. The E-main of the century. Here with 2 laps to go, cross your fingers and toes if you can, that we can get these last few laps into the history books. We only have one car that's not going to be transferring on to D-feature number 1. And who's that going to be? We're looking to find out right now. The green flag comes back out. Pritchett was really sideways on the start. Let's keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't have a flat tire or something. I don't know. The car looked like it was way out from underneath him. He looks good now as he rolls down the back straightaway as your race leader. So we lost the 55 of Justin Johnson. Now the 343 of Justin Johnson. The other one may be a victim of not going to the main event, or going to the D feature rather.
So Terry Pritchett leading the way over Michael Dabney Jr. As we come down to the checkered flag. Looks like we made it. And Terry Pritchett is going to be your E-feature winner. Michael Dabney Jr. in the second spot. The 21J of Wally Beatty will finish in third. All we really need to know, folks, though, is that the 343 of Justin Johnson, not going to transfer everybody else, is going to make it on through to the D-feature number 1.
I'm glad that one's over, buddy, because I think they were just about ready to run out of fuel.
Well, if this one goes quick, we may have to take a break before D feature number 1, because these same guys will be pulling right back out after this next race.
Yeah. So here we go for factory stock E-feature number 2 on the pole out of Anacoco, Louisiana. The Sugartown Watermelon Stands, Outlaw Race Cars, Autism Awareness, number 7 Ellens, Dwayne Rains from Anacoco. Outside of the front row, car number 10X, it's the Snake, Peyton Taylor. In the Billy Taylor Motorsports Twin City Towing, number 10X Outlaw Race Car. Inside of road number 2 out of Fort Smith, Arkansas, driving the KY Racing chassis, number 88X, it's Rick Edgerton. And outside of him, driving the In-Law chassis, car number 3M, it's Tristan McCullough. Inside of 3 in the 20D car. See, Rowdy's not sitting too bad compared to, I thought he was going to be looking way worse. He is still in an E-feature, but nonetheless, Rowdy Day, after facing a lot of adversity last night, has a decent starting spot here for E-feature number 2 in car number 20D. He starts 5th. Outside of the Parker Lee Project Insulin chassis, number 10, that'll be Nate Dixon. Nasty Nate in car number 10 out of Venice, Texas. Car number 22, it's Tayton Perkins out of Oakdale, Louisiana, who took a wild ride into turn number 1 and planted his car face first into the concrete. And fortunately for him, it looks like he's back ready to go.